king is here, so we got all hail to the king.
Well, guess what? I've been working my ass off.
Can you hear me?
Let the king speak.
Can you hear me? Because I don't got long. Pena, real quick. Nobody's ever said anything bad about you. They put your name on a meme. A meme is harmless jokes. I have never said anything, or anybody in the PWO, at least that's still left in my chat, have ever said a crossword about Pena. The only things they've ever said about you are any of the things that you say out loud or what is already known. But we don't have deep discussions about you. Everything I've ever said was, damn, every time I turn my back, usually Pena's talking about me on a show, and then he'll come to my show and tell me he doesn't mean it. What's a guy like me supposed to think? The one thing I said about you is, how is the smartest guy in the room hanging out with us? We're far from the smartest people in the room. We prefer dancing monkeys, whatever it is, giraffes, Bolins, Crisises, Jakes, stupid shit. That's why I always thought it was funny that a guy with your morale talks about, whatever you talk about, but then come around people like us. That was the only thing I never got. That's why I said you're usually not the topic. You were talking about coaching. Coaching, you bring people together. That's what I do. Like when Ariel gets mad at me, I don't get mad at her back. When she asks me for a favor, I do favors for her. That's keeping people together. You ran off her two best friends. You were talking about coaching? That don't make no sense. You need to just be yourself. You don't need to be the leader. Because unfortunately, when you're the leader, this kind of shit happens. You just need to be honest. If you just want to be friends with a girl and you don't want anything crazy, just tell them that. The reason why 30 to 50 women call me king is because when I talk to them privately, I talk to them in a way that I could talk to them in public. Meaning, the shit I say to these women behind closed doors is the same shit I would say to all of them. So you want to talk about teams and coaches? That's what I do. I bring people together. I build units. I've been fucking doing that for 22 years. As I said, I have a team out here. I'm on my way to the auction because my partners trust me to bid on cars with their money because they know I'm trustworthy and they know what I'm doing when I'm doing it. But other than that, we've always liked you, Mike. We just say sometimes we can't understand the shit you're talking about. That's not a bad thing. That just must mean we're just not as smart. The Filipino women are always talking about shit I don't know about because I don't speak their language. Unfortunately, you speak English and we have trouble understanding you. But no, I just wanted you to know nobody talks shit about you. That's a promise.
Thank you, Pesci. I appreciate that. No, and I didn't ever say anything. It's just people tell me the stuff appears in the chat. All of a sudden I'll get a message, in the group going, well, Pena's name came up again and blah, blah. And I'll try and find it and it's nowhere to be found. I don't know what they're talking about because I don't know.
And if your name gets brought up, it might be as the fact of someone saying Ariel is live with Pena. I'm trying to think of a discussion I had about you behind closed doors. I'm really trying to think that. I think the only thing I said about you behind closed doors is maybe you shouldn't reveal all your secrets to fucking Ariel. That's the only reason why we know that you were pegging. You know what I mean? I always said the smartest guy in the room should be able to look at a girl or look at something, know how to talk to them, to where that when they do get mad, they can't fucking come back at you. They can't destroy you with all your private information, the shit you don't want out. You had to learn that the hard way, unfortunately.
Yeah. First of all,
fatality.
Yes, and that's a question of safety and stuff. And yeah, I'm working on that. I've got verbal diarrhea.
Nobody hates you. I would love it if you came around.
Yeah, I just didn't jump on that bowling show because I didn't feel like getting into that whole shit show. But
that was the show for you, though. That makes no sense. That was your topics.
I know, but I wasn't going. It's just too much hate to rip him a new one because he just doesn't. Just not.
But you like going off with people and saying this shit. That's why I agree with Pesci. You should have done that shit.
Like for instance, Ariel was mad at me for something that didn't even involve her. I didn't get mad at her when she finally came back around, she said, Pesci, can you help me out? What did I do, Ariel? Did I help you out?
Yeah, she's still trying to figure out the laptop.
Yeah,
Well,
you
yeah,
did.
I didn't talk about the laptop. I'm talking about 3 days ago.
No, he got.
I
I got mad at Pesci because of the meme on the picture defending Mike. So I stopped talking to Pesci because of it. And then in the long run, I'm like, you know what? I don't really. It is what it is. You know, whatever. So yes, Pesci did.
But here's the thing. Nobody knows who Pena is but our group. So it wasn't like we put his face on there.
Because I personally didn't see the issue. I know Mike enough that I knew if he saw it, he was going to be bad, and he was. And
I think I told him to take it down. I didn't see it. See, I don't think enough of that. People put a wire punch on his head on a homeless man, and he didn't care. That's what I said. I just thought it was homeless fun.
That's what I tried to tell him. I was like, we bust balls in this community. That's what we do.
May I? Hold on. May I? This is where Fat Ninja's phrase makes sense. You know, a lot of book learn. I didn't get that social interaction. I had friends of mine in high school that used to shit talk each other. Whenever I go over to his house to play video games, they'd shit talking each other, insulting each other. What the fuck you all doing? You're all our friends. Oh no, we're practicing so that we can have thick skin whenever somebody else does it. And I was like brought up on the farm to where you just don't do that, not even to your friends. So that kind of just never waxed with me. So yeah, I might wear my emotions on
but Ariel does bring up a good point about you blocking her in chat. She's never going to take you serious if she's blocked in your chat.
Well, if I have people coming onto the chat and I don't, look, she goes off.
It's deeper than that, Pena. I think it's deeper than that. I don't think she would always go off on people because she learned to not go off people on my chat.
It's the principle, Pesci, that Maddie and Ashley, in my opinion, were disrespecting him. I decided no longer to be friends with them, along with some other shit that you guys don't know about. So instead of him resolving the issues, he's choosing to block me instead of the issued people. And I'm supposedly his girlfriend, and he loves me and cares about me, but not when it comes to other people. Then I'm down on the pole. Everyone else.
I told you, Ariel, the reason why you should value friends like us is because we know how to be your friend. You're not the easiest person to be friends with. You know that.
I know that. I know I'm difficult.
That's why we do that with Jake. And what the PWO does is we're friends with the people that you don't think can have friends. We gave people a chance. We gave Bolin a fucking chance. He ran us away. We didn't run him away. Same with Jake. You know what I mean? Even when you get mad at me, I don't get mad at you. How many times have I ever blocked you? None. How many times have you blocked me? Just a second. Because I know how you act, and it doesn't bother me.
Yes.
Because I know you'll come back around eventually.
I just got to get mad, and then I get over it. If I care about somebody, I'm not going to stay mad. I get mad, and I get over it.
Like, I don't even see, like, even when Jake was going off on us, we weren't even talking shit about him. We were just like, man, this guy's fucking up. I think the only thing I've ever heard about Pena in my chat is sometimes people don't understand what he's saying. But that's okay. Because sometimes people use words that are a little bit more sophisticated that others can't grapple.
And I try to tell him, like, you need to talk in a way we can absorb, but then he wants to get mad and say, well, I shouldn't have to lower. Well, yeah, you do if you want to associate and be accepted.
I still wanted Rocco on my show. And he did all that shit. He wrote all that racist shit. He's a bad guy. That's a bad dude.
Yes. And it's very irritating when the only insult somebody can have and comes against me is talks about me and Mike's situation. So what the fuck? Who fucking cares? So what? We are not the only oddballs that do the situation.
We're not. But that's nobody. That's nobody that's
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Like Rocco, that was a comment Rocco made. Is that I need to stop associating with Mike and blah blah blah.
Like
blah,
we came from Bolin's show where the guy sugar daddies multiple women. We're used to long distance relationships around here.
Exactly. So it is what it is. And I tried to tell him.
I like it, Pena. I just sit there and say, on my mother's grave, I like you. I do not dislike you. So and that's true. And anybody that's in the chat would know. They know we don't bring up Pena in no negative way. We might say Ariel and them maybe aren't supposed to be boyfriend and girlfriend, but we want Pena gone. Get him the fuck out of here. It's never come out of our mouth. I always think you guys might just do better separately when it comes to shows. I don't know. I'm not talking about behind the scenes, but when it comes to doing shows, it just seems like your things you like and shit just might be a little bit different. You know what I mean? There's people I'm friends with that I don't do shows with. But that's up to you guys. I just really came on here because I don't want Mike. It's not that I think he's thinking about it, but I don't want you having the perception that we're all in this room like, damn, that fucking Pena, huh? I don't think that's ever happened. Even when she brought up the word you don't like, the P word.
Yes,
I think that was like a one-day thing. A one-day thing. I don't even think we ever even like revisited it. Like I've seen way worse. Like I'm a drug dealer. I deal with crackheads, fiends, people that got shit hanging out of their arms, fucking people that haven't seen their kids, people, bad dads, bad mothers. As I said, nothing could really shock me. Been to prison twice, 1,200 days of incarceration under my belt. Didn't get into one fight in there, and didn't have to do anything not to get into fights because I know what I'm doing. I know how to be an adult, and I know how to fucking evolve in the crowds I'm in. Whether they're psychos or they're smart people, I will evolve a way to where they might not like me, but they're not personally gonna hate having me around.
Outstanding.
You know, my social skills are shit, so I'm still.
Well, at least you admitted it. There you go, Mike.
Thank you.
I've always known that. I just don't know how to get around it. And the thing is that I have to dumb my stuff down. I have no idea. Mexican food would be a good idea. I miss Mexican food. I miss really good Mexican food. People down here put green peppers and stuff and think it's Mexican food. It's like, oh my god, no.
Like I'm 39 years old, dude. I had so many stupid ass problems that I didn't get rid of. Like, I don't want to say I was a bad guy, but I did a lot of annoying shit for years. It was either one thing or another. And eventually what I learned to do was kind of slowly just weed them out. But always let people know, yo, yeah, this is a problem. I was a bad gambler. I gambled all my money in gambling, many years. I was just a broke, always just selling drugs basically to gamble. I admitted that. For a decade, drank. I didn't care about shit. I used to treat women like sport, meaning like how you hang a deer on your head. I would say, I want to get with this girl. That's why I used to always tell hot girls, well, a guy will get with a hot woman. It's always going to be in the back of his head. Can you get with a hotter chick if he has the opportunity? He might not stray in front of you, but if he's alone with another hotter girl, that's going to be a hard thing to annoy. That's what I said. There's things I've had trouble dealing with. That's why I'm single. I've been single for 7 years. Because I'm not a good boyfriend. So that's why I'm not a boyfriend to anybody. You know what I mean? That doesn't mean I don't like chicks. I talk to chicks. I just always tell them, hey, I'm not trying to be your guy. If A and B happens, A and B happens. But I'm not trying to be your so-and-so. And you end up in longer relationships because of that. The one thing I learned, this just goes for me. The best relationships I have are the ones I don't start. Meaning I don't tell you I love you. I don't put a title on shit. Other than you're my friend or you're buying drugs for me. That's it. We're not getting married and none of that shit because shit changes too rapidly. I didn't mean to fucking blow your guys' head up, but
no, you're fine. That was deep.
No, man, that's
you're right on point. Pesci, you've always got wise words.
That's why I didn't go around my parents for a long time because it was hard for me to talk about who I really was because that guy doesn't exist in their lifestyle. Meaning my parents weren't around drug dealers and shit like that.
Well, what do you think I've done in Brazil? Because my parents never dealt with me smoking pot or drinking too damn much or just, my father called me a bohemian, because I live outside the norms of what normal people do. And yeah, I've dealt with all kinds of people because I did coke and acid and ecstasy and pot, still love pot.
And people tell you up here, I never claimed to be a normal guy. Trust me. I deal with the bottom of the barrel where I live.
Yeah, but then you say that, but then like how we live or how I live or whatever, that's not normal to you, but it's normal to us.
What do you mean how you live?
Because what he just said that he lives outside the norm. I said, okay, I'm fat and I
No,
like to
no, no. Him talking. You talking about him talking to you? That's normal to me. I never said that was normal. I just said it doesn't work out.
No, I'm talking about what Mike just said, that he lives outside the norm of what his dad thinks. Okay, well, in the same aspect, I live outside of what he considers normal. I don't get up and exercise or whatever, but I'm also not on my 600-pound life.
Look at the drive, lady.
Not every time.
Road rage, live, road rage.
Oh, I'm so late to this place. I fucking went the wrong way.
Everybody has different perspectives on things and how they see the norm. You may think getting up every morning, having a bowl of oatmeal and a boiled egg is the normal thing. I may think getting up and having a chocolate cake is. Everybody's not the same.
That's a little out of the normal.
That's
way done chocolate cake.
But basically, different things that we do in life have different consequences of what we do. For example, I wake up and I don't wait 5 minutes. I smoke a cigarette. Okay.
I used to do that. I was a smoker for years.
That's not normal for most people, but it's what I did. Well, 35 years I've got emphysema. So whenever we have things we do that are harmful to us on the long run, we feel it. And if other people are doing the things that they do, it's their life. I don't care. It's when I care, whenever I try to get
exactly. But at the same time, dear, the way you are about my eating, and you call me fat every time you pick up a drink, I don't say, "Hey, alcoholic, put that down." I don't say I'm talking to you like that.
I'm worse than Mountain Timer.
Somebody quit that. Well, Mountain Timer quit drinking, at least. God bless him.
You know, what Pesci said rings true. I've never, ever seen Pesci one time just totally flat out just turn somebody away. They would have to do something extremely fucking heinous before he would say, you know what, can't deal with you no more. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because I'm a guy that if there's business to be done, you do business. If there's no business to be done, you don't do it. Oh shit, they got this shit blocked off like this?
Oh, motherfucker!
You told me about a fucking detour. That's going to get me 15 minutes behind schedule. What the fuck?
And to quote Gonzo right here, relationships are not cookie cutter. You have to accept the other for better or worse.
Like, for instance, let me make a big point here. All right, when I was doing that music contest, and I had all those girls that came on and did the judging, the reason why I was able to have individual relationships with every one of those girls was because I've never told them anything that was phony. That's why I was able to have individual relationships with all of them without them getting jealous. That's the best policy, is just try honesty. I would tell these girls, like, hey, when they would start talking about blah, 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 I go, listen, I'm not Papa Bear or anything, but, you know, I'm just here to be your friend because I'm a realist. I know I probably will never see any of them, and I tell them that. That's why they're able to treat me like a friend. I'm able to call them or do whatever in the middle of the show, be like, hey, I need your help, because they know that what my intentions are. You know what I mean? And I don't give them anything that I don't give anybody else. They were donating on my show the other day. I had 7 Filipinos donate to my super chat. That's why I said, look, Bolin, the times are changing. The Filipinos are donating to me now.
King Pesci.
Toasty! Right. So
King Pesci.
We should just
outstanding.
Deal with each other and have respect for each other at all levels. And everything will be all right.
Let's get that.
I can sling around big words like verbose and perpetuation and all that stuff.
And I don't know
because I don't know what the fuck they mean.
But
I don't use those words to impress. I just use them because they're appropriate.
And I asked you 7 times, what the fuck are you saying? I don't know what you're saying. And I'm trying to learn, but I can't help that I had a GED education. I didn't go to Harvard. I'm dumbass, and I acknowledge that. But you have to, you want to be with me, you need to help me learn.
That's still fine.
Nobody went to Harvard in this group.
You know, we just need to get along and learn how to communicate better. That's what it's all about.
That's what I've been trying to tell him for 8 months. I'll tell him something, and I don't know if I'm saying it wrong or whatever, and it leads to this whole clusterfuck. Because instead of talking it out, something that he despises, it builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up and builds up, and then it explodes, and then we're left with this. This happens at least once a month, once every 2 months.
Well,
And you know who can vouch for what I'm saying? Gonzalez can vouch for me.
Well, Pena's favorite book, Cat in the Hat, says Pesci looks more Mexican than Pena does.
Well, especially with my 30-year-old
And then the conversation. I'm not trying to hurt your feelings. I don't remember any Pena nights. Hey, Castillo!
Because people don't care.
Hey, you piece of shit! Motherfucker!
Gasolina.
Pesci,
I love it, dude. They said they got me negotiating 2 cars with the head guys today. Meaning they wanted me to talk directly to the boss. I was like, nah, none of that middleman shit. Well, congratulations, I didn't get the car yet.
Well, the fact that you're in there speaks volumes to the level of respect and admiration that they have for your abilities.
Foreign cars, baby, we love them.
Well, see, negotiating. My father always told me, if you want to get something done, you got to talk to the boss. You can't talk to the middleman or anything else. Because, I mean, I've been in sales or accompanying sales, being a sales assistant. Because actually, I suck at sales. To be honest with you, I can't sell fuck all. I've tried to sell apartments for 3 years. Couldn't sell a fucking one. Tried to sell things over. Why? Because I can't get past people's defenses or anything else, and I have 0 fucking social skills. That was my dad, not me. I'm the fucking bookworm. I'm the guy who knows shit.
God damn you, Dad!
Yeah.
Buy a Porsche.
Yeah, that's fine. But like you said, talk to the boss. You know, Pesci is up there. He's one of the elite. So, because like when I first joined the PWO, I knew that, you know, Poop was my way in. You know, that's my boy. I've been riding with him for years. But I'm like, okay, who is like the top tier people in the PWO? So of course he said Rome and Pesci. I'm like, okay, cool. Rome, and at that time Rome wasn't around as much as he is now. So it's like, okay, there's Pesci. So I'm like, okay, yo, Pesci, you know what's popping? And he told me what's up, and I was like, okay, look, how can I get, you know, my subscribers up and start interacting with the PWO to be the most effective? And he ran it down for me. So then, and it's not like I was following some corporate standard. He's like, hey, look, if you want to do this and do that.
That's why Fat Ninja was on a show with me this morning getting subscribers. A woman was pushing his channel.
Right. And so now, you know, since I'm good with some of the other Filipino girls and like people from Hong Kong and stuff like that, my subscribers are going up. And it's not even like I gotta kiss ass. I just be myself. Going there.
Exactly. That's how I got mine, just thanks to Pesci and Raquel and everybody else.
Yeah.
Katie probably doesn't know this, but when the JJ Arwood started the PWO, he's gone now, but when he started the PWO, the Pesci World Order, I made Rome the president. And that was because I didn't want to be like looked at as top guy. I just wanted to be looked at as an on-air guy. because I knew that shit was growing and I knew we could get guys together, but I never called myself the blah, blah, blah or this or that because I knew that wasn't my role. My role was just to network and bring people in, you know, not be the, you know, guy that is like the voice when Rome talks to people that have bad days and shit like that, or people are going through shit. He has more of a civil look, a straight, narrow look. You could go to a guy like that. Because I knew in the beginning it would get bigger. It would come to a point where there's like 2,000 people in there and there's 70 people in my chat, you know, 150 in the Discord.